This is a film about freedom, about our rights as human beings to choose where we live, where we work, our friends, and who we love. Most of us take these freedoms for granted, but hundreds of thousands of people throughout the world have had these basic human rights taken away. They are victims of trafficking. Modern-day slaves, they have been forced, defrauded, or coerced into labor or sexual exploitation. There are an estimated 2.5 million trafficked people worldwide. Over half of these people are in Asia and the Pacific. During the next 30 minutes, we are going to meet real people from the trafficking chain, the victims, the traffickers, and those fighting the battle to end this cruel trade. First, meet Anna from the Philippines. She was forced into prostitution by a close family friend.
Kaya umiiyak pa rin po kasi yung isip ko na ganito ang trabaho nila gabi-gabi kaya pati pala ako magiging ganito na dito.
And Eka, an Indonesian woman who was sold into domestic servitude and a life of slavery.
Eka udah nggak mau nyusahin dia lagi, udah dengan Eka bunuh diri, dengan Eka mati, itu udah akhir dari segalanya. Eka pikir cuma kayak gitu aja.
And Min Aung, who left Burma for Thailand in search of a better life, only to be locked up and abused in a factory. Anna, Eka, and Minong were exploited by traffickers like this. He is the head of a massive trafficking operation in the Philippines and is known locally as the chairman.
Nakunwari kami nagre-recruit for abroad. Tapos doon na niya malalaman ang trabaho, prostitution.
The chairman forces girls like Anna to have sex with paying customers like 23-year-old Ama from Taiwan.
那种可能是偶尔那种出去玩乐那种小朋友出去玩乐那种心情，偶尔去。
Trying to break the trafficking chain are people like Lieutenant Colonel Panya of the Royal Thai Police.
ผมเชื่อว่าเราสามารถที่จะหยุดยั้งแล้วก็ตามทันในเรื่องของกระบวนการค้ามนุษย์ได้ครับ
And helping abused traffic victims to get their lives back on track are people like Bridget, who runs a shelter in Singapore.
Some of them have not been paid their salaries for years. Some of them are physically abused. Some of them have suffered sexual harassment, molestation, even cases of rape.
Traffickers prey on the hopes and dreams we all have to improve our lives and those of our families. Our three victims shared these same desires and ambitions. Anna is from the suburbs of Manila.
Kaka-17 ko pa lang po noon. Nung graduate po ako ng high school. Kasi po nung time na magka-college na po ako, gipit po kami nun eh, tsaka wala pong trabaho yung papa ko.
Eka was in a similar situation.
Aku menikah pada usia 18 tahun. Setelah 1 tahun anak pertama lahir, mempunyai anak yang kedua. Lepas itu, ya suami suka mukulin Eka. Dan Eka juga nggak mau ngeliat suami Eka terus begitu.
Eka and Anna's stories mirror the lives of thousands of people across Asia and the Pacific. But the risks of trafficking don't just affect women. Anna, Eka, and Minong were lured by recruiters and agents. They are often the first contact that victims will have with the trafficking underworld. They are seemingly trustworthy people or organizations that prey on people's desires, tempting them with false hopes.
Tapi orang itu menjanjikan banyak hal lah gitu. Menjanjikan kehidupan yang lebih baik dan lebih bagus.
Recruiters are often people the victims know personally and trust. Anna was trafficked by her aunt's next-door neighbor who promised her a well-paid job as a waitress overseas.
Tsaka paulit-ulit ko silang tinatanong kung safe ba ako doon. Ang sinasagot lang naman nila sa akin, oo, safe ka doon, huwag ka mag-alala, aalagaan ka ng pinsan ko. Kaya nagtiwala ako.
Minong had a similar introduction to the trafficking world.
ဒီပွဲစားကိုတီးတဲ့ဟာကျွန်တော်နဲ့အိမ်နားမှာနေတဲ့ဘုန်းကြီးပေါ့အဲ့ဘုန်းကြီးနဲ့တီးဘုန်းကြီးကအေးအဲ့ဆိုရင်နေသွားတယ်တားလို့ရနာမည်လင်များ2ယောက်သွားမှရမယ်ကျွန်တော်တယောက်လည်းဆိုမရဘူးတဲ့အဲ့ဆိုလေလင်များ2ယောက်ဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော်မိမအလုံးမလုံးနိုင်ဘူးကျွန်တော်မိမကိုဝင်နေပေါ့လိုက်ကွာလိုက်တယ်လင်များတွေပဲသူတို့ယူမယ်တယောက်လည်းဆိုမယူဘူးတဲ့အလုပ်ကအရေးကြီးနေတယ်
The chairman has been trafficking young women and forcing them into sex slavery for 20 years. He currently has over 150 girls in his prostitution ring. He uses persuasive recruiters to lure young girls for the flesh trade. They almost always come back with new victims to be enslaved.
Kailangan wag mawalan ng pera yung recruiter. Pambali, parang pinababali na namin sa mga magulang ng mga babae. Para lang masama. Siyempre yung mga magulang, kung mahihirap sila doon, timano kumakagat yan Pagsisinungaling yung mga sinasabi ng mga recruiter.
At this stage, victims of trafficking are unaware of the danger they are in. Victims are also recruited through seemingly legitimate employment agencies that offer work abroad. For those tricked by these agencies, their ordeal often begins before they leave the country in supposed training camps. Many of these camps are much like prisons, where the victim's will is slowly broken. Eka was sent to such a camp.
Kita tidur di lantai tanpa alas sama sekali. Jadi kita tidur hanya di ubin gitu aja. Jadi dikasih mandi, kamar mandinya itu cuma satu. Setelah itu kita dimental untuk dijemur, dihujan-hujanin. Ya itu kan di penampungan itu udah 1 bulan, di situ udah bener-bener nguji mental. Jadi untuk membiasakan diri kita jauh dari keluarga.
Human trafficking is the second largest illegal trade after drugs, with traffickers earning over $10 billion every year through the buying and selling of human beings. Victims are trafficked to every country across Asia and the Pacific. According to the United Nations, Japan and Thailand are among the top countries in the world for reported cases of trafficking. Anna had been promised a well-paid job working as a waitress by her aunt's next-door neighbor, a woman they knew and trusted. She was picked up at the airport by a neighbor's cousin. Unbeknownst to Anna, things were about to take a dark turn.
Dumaan po kami sa parlor. Pinaayos niya na yung buhok ko, inayusan niya na ako.